In an increasingly disruptive era, there is a new entity, a joint venture between Kinetic and Tonino Lamborghini of Italy, which wants to create some disruption. Oh, well, you can say automobile space, but in a different way. We are talking about the golf cart industry, which today is estimated to be about 500,000 odd units sold globally. And the joint venture, as I mentioned, of Kinetic Green Community Lamborghini wants to create some disruption here. How and what approaches they want to take in this regard? We have with us Sulajja Firodia Motwani, who is the founder and CEO of Kinetic Green, in Ferrucio Lamborghini, who is the vice president of the Tonino group. Tell us more about the strategy and how they plan to scale up this business, first product of which just been released. So congratulations, Ferrucio and Sulajja.
Thank you.
This has been in the maker for quite some time. When he first announced the partnership with the MOU signing, and finally you have products now. You said you don't want to be a challenger, want to disrupt in there.
Disruptor and a leader.
Disrupt and a leader. Okay, I see. So tell us So what are the three key pillars towards achieving that goal, and how do you plan to go about it? What kind of investors are planning? And of course, you have to scale up the business, right? And interesting to know that 50% of golf carts are sold or applications beyond golf courses. Please tell us, how do you plan that?
So, the more we studied this space together with our partners, Ferrucio and his team, the more we got excited. We felt that there's something we can really do disruptive, to use your word here. And I think it has a basis in logic. If you see, the golf cart market has been growing. From golf, it has also moved into lifestyle use, resorts, airports, beautiful corporate campuses, educational campuses, personal farmhouses of the rich and famous. And the users have evolved. But the golf cart as a product over the years has not evolved. It has remained the same, more as a utility product, which you will sit in and take a ride but not even notice. We feel that there was a need for a product which also brought in the new experience of lifestyle for the users, and the way this product you use should reflect that. So there was a need to come up with a new design to really bring a wow feeling. I think we've done that. Imagine this range standing in front of a Ritz-Carlton. I'm sure it will evoke that, oh my God, what is this? Which you will not see in ordinary golf cart. So I think we have an extraordinary design. Secondly, advanced engineering and technology. I think golf carts have also not embraced new technologies, whether it is in suspension, braking, batteries, the IoT digital connective platform. They have remained more of the same. So I think we've also brought a disruption in technology and what we call state-of-the-art engineering. And thirdly, of course, the brand. I mean, why should golf cart, lifestyle carts be seen as utility when they are actually offering you a wonderful, ride or transfer experience? So I think that's where we bring in the prestigious brand of our partners, which is a worldwide, known brand and a very iconic red shield with the bull. So everybody in the world would love to have, this badge. So I think marrying a need gap in the market with the solution, which is unique, and of course add to that the ability of India and Kinetic Green to create a solid engineering, reliable platform at a cost which can definitely bring a wow to the customers. I think that's what we will lead on all the fronts: design, engineering, brand, and create a wowing pricing.
And the premiumness is also reflected in the price that you mentioned, $10,000 for the lower reach and 14th of DC. Considering that, you also mentioned the worst part, industry has kind of stagnated with its kind of design performed. You see the appetite for that kind of a price?
So I think, in fact, our pricing is very aggressive. You know that the Kolhapuri chappals which sell for 500 rupees in India can be sold with a premium brand for 1 lakh rupees as Prada. But I think we could have priced this much higher and people would have said, makes sense, it's Lamborghini. But I think we have come up with a price which will allow people to aspire and own, not only aspire. So I think the pricing actually is probably bang on. where we are offering our chic Genesis range at a very competitive price, and we are bringing the very prestigious differentiated prestige range at a premium, which definitely justifies and gives that badge value. I think the pricing is probably bang on and something that we can scale with.
So Ferrucio, if I'm not wrong, you started your company started the golf cart business somewhere in the 90s at a very niche, and then it kind of tapered down, and there was a suspension of the business for some time. Now, with the emergence of the global electrification trend, you are kind of want to ride that EV trend as well, right? Correct. So, the India factor, how did this, how did you come upon, Kinetic Green as the partner, and what advantage do you think having an Indian partner, and that too someone like Kinetic, could help in scaling up? How?
Well, when you want to start a new business, when you want to challenge yourself with a new product, it's not only a matter of money, it's not only a matter of finance, but it's also a matter of sharing the same values and to have all the ingredients that makes the recipe special. So we understood since the very beginning that we could not achieve the goals and the vision that we had in mind alone. We needed a strong partner and all the ingredients that I was talking about. So when I had the chance to meet with Sulajja, we understood that we were coming from the same legacy. We both represent the third generation. Both our families did something great for the respective countries and also for the world. And Kinetic Green, it's now over a decade in the EV segment, and the will to go global was something that was making our vision align, also with a disruptive way to concept the golf carts. So that's why we understood that India, and in particular Kinetic Green, was the right partner, because we can combine our, let's say, values and what we can bring to this joint venture with the brand, with the design, with the Italianness, with the standards. Of course, meeting the strong industrial capabilities from Kinetic Group and Kinetic Green, the respect of high-end standards, the knowledge of the market, and the will to go global. So everything has been very smooth.
Talking about going global, Sulajja, you mentioned that you have conditions for the joint venture to reach no less than 30 markets around the world by the end of this decade, in about 5 years. Years, in 3 years. And touch a revenue of about $300 million within 5 years.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I work the maths, and for the overall TV business, you're targeting a 1 billion revenue by 2030.
Exactly.
Which translates to about 30% of the overall business.
Yes.
So, and how do you plan to scale up the international presence? At some point, you were also exploring having a base in the Middle East. Is that plan still on?
So certainly, this business marks really the global expansion for Kinetic Green. So far, we have found success in our 2 and 3 wheeler business, really focused on, make in India, make for Bharat as a strategy. And this allows us to, give fuel to a global ambition. Also in terms of how the two businesses blend, of course, we are running them as completely independent businesses because this JV needs a different approach. It's about selling premium products to, discerning consumers, whereas the 2 and 3 wheeler business is about democratizing e-mobility and being cost and engineering leaders. But they blend very well in the sense that we said that 3 wheeler is our bread, consistent business. 2 wheeler is the butter, scale, but glamour, but profitability is a question. But golf cart is the jam, because it's again selling to global customers, good margins, long-term, outlook. So I think they all strengthen Kinetic Green as a whole, and therefore it will play a big part in our ambition to be a billion-dollar company, and bringing this angle of entering a new segment altogether, entering new markets altogether, and building also skill sets of global business. We will learn a lot from our partners. They have great experience in building lifestyle brands globally. So I think it's a learning as well for our team, which we're looking forward.
When you kind of in this period of 3 to 5 years, plan to have any assembly base outside of
So I think that the regulation will require us to do that, and therefore we envisage that and build this as a modular manufacturing solution where we can ship these vehicles as either CBUs or SKDs or CKDs or even as component sub-assemblies if the market demands. So I think there would be certain markets where we can definitely look at having a local assembly presence. I think we spoke about the possibility of these vehicles being built in a market like UAE, which has great global logistics presence, and of course the GCC markets will be very interesting for us. So all these options are open, which we are evaluating along with our partners.
just more profitability. Yes, of course, three-wheelers are, I mean, whoever pays in the business, that's the bread for sure, the thick bread at that. The profitability of this segment versus is well with three-wheeler.
Would be higher because again the brand commands certain premium and prestige combined with the Indian cost leadership. Many golf carts are made in USA, for example. We certainly have the advantage over that. So I think it definitely brings ability to create a profitable business.
So when you talked about this period of, let's say, 3 years, 30 methods, or let's take the other milestone of 2030. So $300 million USD. What kind of volumes are you looking at? I mean,
So 300 million would mean around 25,000 vehicles spread over something like 25 to 30 markets. As I told you that the markets are highly concentrated in regions of North America, Europe, Asia. So we would strategically enter the big markets first, appointing distributors, training them, and then slowly after that entering to the smaller areas because we do want to make an impact in the large territories. So we're very confident about the product's acceptance, its design, and we will work with distributors in each country, provide them the support, but they would really be our arms and legs in those markets.
a couple of videos, we need volumes. At 25,000, may not get too much of in terms of if you look at the overall CAGR of the industry.
No, certainly. I mean, of course, but we have just made a beginning. Our aim is that over a period of time, we should be one of the leading players. But it has to happen step by step because the brand has to be present. People have to come to know. We have to initially see the product. So I think the ambition that we have set for ourselves for this business alone is to be $1 billion business in 10 years. The golf cart business alone to be $1 billion business in 10 years.
So, and in 10 years, the overall EV business would be.
I don't know. I set my sight on $1 billion by 2030 and then see from there.
You're a numbers person, so I will go by your word.
I am a goal-driven person. When I run marathons also, I always say, okay, I'm going to run 21 kilometers today, no matter what, and I'm going to do it. And that's the only way I run.
On that period. You talk about, how kind of reviving your golf cart business, timing it with the global electrification pact. Along with the growth in electrification pen, the mobility industry is also kind of witnessing, evolving very fast, different form factors coming in. So do you see possibility of venturing into some other form factors of mobility, going beyond, let's say, these closed circuit applications, be it resort or closed environment service applications like a resort, air force or golf course, something beyond that, wherein you can take the application of vehicle or application on, let's say, on road use also.
For the first 3 to 5 years, our focus will be on golf carts. We want to firstly develop and have their strong presence in the most important markets all over the world. But in this case, the joint venture is for the long term. So never say never. We already had some talks, some brainstorming of what the future may bring to us. But first thing first, as I said, we will have a lot of time for this joint venture to be involved or to brainstorm about new products. So never say never.
So you're already exploring some ideas beyond golf.
In our minds. And over a drink as of now.
And talking about your group businesses, so do you see a possibility of now, given the scope or the promise that India offers and its economy in the global scenario, do you see a prospect for any of your other businesses to have a presence in India?
Yes, and actually we already consider India as a market where our presence with most of the product categories which we are involved has to see our presence. So I cannot disclose information now because are confidential, but I can assure you that you will not hear about Tonino Lamborghini in India just because of the golf carts. Something more will come.
Lastly, Sulajja, and this globalization trend, but along with the electrification global megatrend, there is also a trend of geopolitical challenges, tariffs, primary. So you see that kind of somehow posing a hurdle for your plans?
So, in fact, right now that's creating an opportunity for us. As I mentioned, the golf cart market is highly fragmented. The leading companies have about 45% market share. The rest is, highly fragmented. A lot of golf carts are made in China and imported. And in the current geopolitical scenario, in fact, US has just slapped 100% duty, additional duty on golf carts made in China. But they're suddenly humongously expensive, and that doesn't apply to the India-made golf car. So, in fact, this is opening up an opportunity, interestingly. But I do believe that India is becoming a stronger force on the global scene in terms of geopolitical trade. And we will, of course, work as well with the Ministry of Commerce. And through FICCI, I'm also doing a special project on EV exports. How India can increase the EV export of two-wheeler, three-wheeler, of course, now golf carts and other segments, looking at the global, trade patterns and custom duties, and we are going to work towards India's EV leadership globally as well. There is a lot of work needs to be done because many countries don't even have regulation and duty structures yet. But definitely, I will use my knowledge and my experience to have the best solution.
And talking about you're talking about China on the key topics now, the rare earth and the prices. Is it affecting your?
So it is definitely affecting the entire EV sector. It's a problem that needs to be solved. I believe that there is a short, medium and long-term solution. In the short term, we are honestly scrambling, trying to find some solution, moving to a ferrite magnet, for example, trying to import entire assemblies and not just the magnets. But these are all bandages. The real solution has to be in the medium term, a G2G solution, so business can normalize. Because you can't, change your product composition. It has to be tested, validated, homologated, there are a lot of issues. But in the long run, I think the solution is localizing the supply chain. The government is beginning thinking in this direction so that we can reduce the dependence on, import.
In a way, it will push or encourage the industry to really accelerate the.
But it will take 3-4 years. So that cannot be the solutions, because in 3-4 years, if we go in the reverse direction, if demand drops, everything will come to a halt. So there has to be a different approach for the short and medium term.
While you work on that, once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Just Sulajja, pleasure to talk to you, and we will keep tracking this story.
Please do.
We'll also keep tracking on the development on your targets and how you.
And we will keep you posted.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Best wishes.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.